Having a clear understanding and the in and out of all it takes to make a quality soap can help you avoid some soap making challenges. Are you a homemade soap maker or a handmade soap maker still struggling to avoid a thick trace in soap making? Stay tuned because this tutorial is for you. In today's video, I want to practically show you how to avoid a thick trace in soap making and how to reverse it in case you do not like the consistency of your soap. Hello beautiful people, once again you're welcome and welcome to class. Let's get started. Over here I have all the chemicals for today's practical tutorial. I also have my oil, which is the mixture of bleach palm oil and PKO. Over here I have my caustic soda, soda ash, sodium silicate, color and fragrance. Actually I'm using 3 major chemicals, 2 additives, and we are going to produce a very light trace soap batter. So I also have my spatula, my mixing bowl and mold. Now I'm going to start by preparing my lye solution. This has already been prepared for a few days back. So I'll go ahead and prepare my soda ash solution. So watch me do it. Don't worry, the chemicals and the quantity will be displayed at the conclusive part of this video. I don't want you to get distracted, okay? I'll set it aside. Now, while waiting for the soda ash to dissolve and for the temperature to also, cool down a bit, I'll go ahead and prepare my oil with my color. In today's production, I'm using color blue. It's going to be a very dark blue color. It's a personal choice. You can make yours lighter. I'll start by using a very little quantity of oil to dissolve the color. Very little quantity of oil. Make sure the color granules are all dissolved so you won't end up having a spotted bar soap. Once the color particles are completely dissolved, go ahead and pour in the remaining oil and the sodium silicate and start your production. So in goes the remaining oil. After the oil, I'll be adding the sodium silicate, and then I'll go ahead and mix the lye solution together with the soda ash solution before pouring it into the oil. The objective of today's video or tutorial is to show you how to avoid a thick trace in soap making. The practical steps on how to avoid thick trace in soap making, remember? Now, what is thick trace? Thick trace refers to a quick and thick consistency of soap batter during the mixing process. At this stage, it is difficult to pour it into the mold. When the soap batter becomes so thick all of a sudden, making it difficult for you to pour it into the soap mold, it shows that thick trace has occurred. Now, what are the causes of thick trace? What are the causes? Number 1, high temperature. High temperature of your recipe can make your soap to have a quick trace. Mixing the lye solution and oils when the temperature is still very high, it's a bad idea. So if you do not want to experience quick trace, ensure to use your thermometer to check the temperature of your lye solution and your oil to make sure they are at the right state or degree. Number 2, using a high amount of hard oils can make your soap to have a quick trace. For instance, if you are using the mixture of hard oil and light oil or soft oil, the hard oil has to be at a very low percentage. Like the one I'm using for this video, I'm using the mixture of palm kernel oil and bleached palm oil. The bleached palm oil in this recipe is just 30%. The remaining 70% is the palm kernel oil. So take notes. The next thing that can cause a quick trace is using low quality ingredients or poor quality ingredients. This can also cause a quick trace. So ensure to use a high quality or good quality ingredients in your soap production. The next point is too much of lye and not using the required amount of lye in your recipe. If the amount of lye is higher than usual, this can also cause a quick trace. And the last point is over blending. This is specifically for those of us using stick blender. If you are using stick blender to blend your soap, do not over blend because it can cause a thick trace. So in conclusion, to avoid thick trace, ensure that you are using the accurate chemical measurement and temperature. Secondly, make sure your oils are balanced in case you are using 2 types of oil. And lastly, try as much as possible to use quality ingredients for your soap production. Okay? And in case you encounter quick trace, slow down the mixing process. Try as much as possible to slow down the mixing process. Try to increase the temperature slightly by using small amounts of warm water. This can make a difference in achieving the desired consistency of a quality soup. All right, so that will be all for this particular video. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. If you do, leave a comment in the comment section, and if you are new to this channel, you're highly welcome. Please don't go without subscribing to my channel. Thank you all for being part of today's training. See you in my next video where I'll be cutting this soap loaf into smaller bars. Stay blessed and bye.